ladies and gentlemen. We're about underway. Gives a thumbs up to the catcher, and whoa, that is not gonna make him happy. All right, here we go. We are about underway. Did I time my music right? Did I time my music right? All right, Mitch White making his very first KBO appearance, and he'll get to face Che-Ho when his first pitch is in there for a strike. So, fastball, a sweeper, a sinker. His main pitches, 235 on the season for Che-Ho. I don't know if he has started this year. He's been coming off the bench most of the time as the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is a strike two. 143 on the gun. So Che-Ho 235 on the season. Mitch White making his first appearance. He had injury in the spring. that is a little strange. As here's the stares at the pitch right down the middle, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is three pitches, three strikes, one out. Good lordy. That's he was probably he's like, oh man, here comes a 2-0-2 count. He's got to throw it in the other batter's box, but then he just piped it right down the middle, and it's his first strikeout. That's going to bring up Florio, one of the hottest hitters in the league, ladies and gentlemen. Many people talking about him being relieved and sent off the team. And once he heard that news, he started to play. As that's a check swing, but foul, and 0-1. 250 now on the season, 21 hits. I'm sure they'll pop up a, stat for April on the screen. Unfortunately, my stats only cover March and April together, so I can't really, don't really know. All right, here comes the 0-1. Sets up on the outside, and that is a little farther outside than he wanted, and it's 1-1 now. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch, and we'll have time as he says he can't hear. So Mitch White and Ryun Jin were both on the Dodgers and both on Toronto, but they didn't ever play together. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Florio, and just misses the outside, and it's 2-1. Sticks out his tongue. Is he trying to be like Mike or what? All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And swing and a miss on a slider or sweeper or whatever they're going to call it on the inside is Florio limping away. It's still 2-2 counts, but Florio is wow, right into the instep. Earlier in the season, if you would have said that he was going to get hurt, and it would probably. Oh, I'll have to. Is what color uniform? Is it the same? Is it the same girl that had like four bottles? Or no, that was a different. That was a. I don't remember. That's the same girl. Yeah, that was the same girl. Yeah. What? Oh, where was that? Who would have had a table seat behind home? And that's going to be a chopped foul, and it stays 2-2. Where would that have been? An away game? Nah, not Jamshil. Samsung? No. Maybe LG? No, because it have to be maybe KT, is that's going to be a little liner or a soft looper into left field. And Hanwha is already on base as Florial extends his hitting streak. Little off on it, but able to lift it up into left field, and he will be on first base. Can he remain on first base without being picked off? Is the question. Moon Yun Bin steps in, hitting 300 on the season. Hmm, uh, that's going to be strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Moon Yun Bin leading the team in batting average and WAR, but Florial is attempting to pass him. As that is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I think it would have been either KT or Samsung would have been the only places that she would have been back behind home that has a table behind home. Probably, I'm going to guess the KT. As here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and strikeouts number 2. Is blown it right by him, and that is 2 strikeouts so far today. Promises to be plenty more from him. He had a very good strikeout ratio. He again in Double A and Triple A, he had almost 10 Ks per 9. So I expect something similar. I actually expect more strikeouts here in the KBO from him. His walks about 3 per 9. Uh, According to his Double A and Triple A numbers, about 3, just under a 4 ERA, as that is in there for a strike. Again, he's just right down the middle. 147, 148, 149. Just pipe it right down the middle. All righty, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's a strike as Florio will steal himself a bag. And it's 0-2. Double will or a single should score him now as moving into scoring position. Not even a throw, not a good slide. Didn't really get a great jump either. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't bother throwing. Maybe he lost the ball on the transfer or something. But Florial at second, Noshiwan just stares at it, says it just catches the outside corner, and he opens up his KBO debut with 3 strikeouts, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's 0-0. Rough start for the Hanwha offense as they go 0 for 2 with runners on base and 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, and they leave one on base, and they strike out 3 times as Mitchell H throws 16 pitches in the first. All right, so we've got the bottom of thy first coming up, and can SSG's offense do anything? That is gonna be the question. Can they do anything? Ryunjin on the mound. Last year so he's 235 this year, 235 ERA this year in 4 games. He's only 1-0 though. He's had 2 games where he didn't give up any runs, yet he only got a win in 1 of those. Uh, he's not going to walk a lot. If he does walk very many, that's going to be a problem. Thank you, Legend. Legend Orbits. I'm going to guess that's what the LGND stands for. But yeah, 23 innings, 17 strikeouts, 6 runs, all of them earned. He has given up 3 home runs on the season. Last year, 387 on the season. Again, he pitched well against SSG, a 147 ERA, 2-0 in 3 games last year against SSG. Didn't give up any home runs, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 13 strikeouts and 5 walks. He does pitch better at home than he does on the road, though. That was the same last year and this year. So you have to kind of think about that as that is a ball one on the outside. Ji Hoon steps in though, and he is hitting 265 on the season and looks at strike one down the middle, 138 on the gun. Hyun Jin mainly throws a fastball 47% of the time. From there, changeup, cutter, and curveball, and that is also a strike at the bottom of the zone. And they are just going to let him keep throwing. Oh, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. And there goes the perfect game. There goes the no hitter. And they've got a runner on first base with nobody out. Is right back up the middle. The theme for Yu Han Jin is can Hanwha score? Can Hanwha score? In his first game, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 0 runs, but Hanwha also scored 0 runs while he was in the game. Then in his next game against Kia, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Hanwha scored 2 runs while he was in. Then his next game, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Hanwha scored one, but came back to actually win that game. His last game gave up 0 runs. Hanwha scored five before he eventually came out. That is outside in ball one. Same problem last year. One of the gets some of the worst run support in the league. There's no question about it. So yeah, he just does not get run support. Can Hanwha score when he's on the mound? And the 2-0. I have to think, maybe they're just like, oh, Yuhan Jin's pitching or something. I don't know what is in their head, but it is not the approach to hitting is not in their head for sure. With Che Jae-hoon back behind the mound, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. And they'll check over on Che Ji-hoon. Che Ji-hoon has plenty of speed. He will steal a bag here and there. And that is going to be lifted into left. And a sliding attempt by Che Ho is going to get past him. And that's going to bring up Che Ji-hoon. And he is going to come home to score. And a RBI double. And just like that, SSG takes the early lead as Che Ho made a sliding attempt there, but not a good attempt and gets past him. And just like that, Hanwha finds himself down. Why is the field so wet? All right, E.G. Young steps in. He looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. That'll move him over to third base, and the throw really wide over at first, but that 6-3 ground out will move him up a base, and he is now 90 feet away from giving SSG a 2-0 lead here in the first inning. Hanyu Sum will step in, the right fielder. Che Jae-hoon, Ryu and Jin wants to talk to the umpire. He's talking to him over I think he's talking to him about Chan Ho over on or not Chan Ho, but well, never mind. He's not at second base anymore, as that is in the dirt, and it's so he's telling him that he wants to go from the windup, I believe. Again, you have to, if there's a runner on base, you have to announce that you're pitching from the windup. As that is low also, and it's 2-0. It was just weird because Che Jae Hoon like was like pointing to like the umpire. He's like, "Okay, Mister Yu Han Jin, we'll see you now, sir." And here comes the 2-0 that misses outside also, and it's quickly 3-0 to Han Yu Sam. And the 3-0 misses outside, and just like that, 4 balls, and he will head to first base. They've got runners on the corner now with just 1 out. That brings up Go Myung Jun. Go Myung Jun has not been having a, solid season, as it's his first season really taking over as the main guy over at first base. SSG missing their two big bats still. Heredia is not playing, and obviously Che Jung is still injured, hasn't played all season. All right, Go Myung Jun steps in at 255 on the season, sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Needs a big strikeout here or a nice little inning double play. As far as double plays, he is not a guy. He's had 14 strikeouts and 14 hits as far as double plays. He's hit into two of them, but that is not going to be one. That is going to be a single into center field. And just like that, it's now 2-0. All right, is running into some issues here in the first inning. They're going to have runners on first and seconds. Still just 1 out as Otegon will step in. Told you he does not pitch very well on the road. His ERA this year 235 at home or on the season. His ERA on the road 327, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Otegon steps in at 214 on the season. Does have 1 home run. Mainly, he's playing left field, but he also plays some first base. And our girl back behind the plate is already done with the first bottle, and she does not look happy. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and he catches him swinging there, and it's 0-2 or 1-2. Need a big strikeout. Already 18 pitches here in the first inning. And swing and a miss, and strikeouts number 1. I don't know why that was still up there, but it was. All right, 2 outs now as that brings up the number 7 hitter, Kim Song Hyun. All right, 20 pitches now for Yu Hun Jin. Kim Sung Hyun steps in, the 214 hitting second baseman, and that is a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-1. And another 1-1 sets up way outside, and it goes way outside, and it's 2-1. It is finally warming up in Korea, as it was looked like a rather nice day from my classroom looking outside. I didn't actually get to go out and enjoy it, but the 2-1 pitch, he fouls that away and will get out of play, and it's scared a cheerleader there. 2 out, 2-2 pitch, or two runners on. The number 2 fielder, actually, I guess he's technically the number 4 fielder. I don't know what number he is, but here we go. Sets up way inside, and it runs way inside, and that will be a full count. Our first one of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Our first one of the day. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he checks on second base. So 2 outs, a 3-2 pitch. Both runners will be on the move. Don't have to really worry about scoring from first. We'll see here. And the pitch, that's going to be chopped foul, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Well, Hanyu Sum should be able to score on a single off a 3-2 pitch. Go Myung Jun would probably need a double. Righty, pitch number 26, the 3-2 count sets up outside, and he lays off of it. I said earlier that he doesn't walk very many, but yeah, bases loaded now, as that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, as he was able to hold up. That brings up Hanwha Eagles. Hanwha Eagles. What did he do last year in Moonhawk? I'm going to have to check that now, because it does not look like he is. Again, I said he on the road, he did not pitch particularly well last year, as that is in there for a strike. 1-1 now. 2 runs, and now you got to worry, because again, Hanwha does not give this man very much a run support. So last year in Moonhawk, 2 games, a 1-0 with a 1.46 ERA. So he had a 1.47 ERA on the season against SSG, as that misses inside, and it's 2-1. Pitch number 30 of the first inning coming up here for Yu Hun Jin. White's 3 strikeouts in his first ever KBO inning. All righty, the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside, in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. All right, another 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, a 2-0 SSG lead with the bases loaded. And he chops it to the third baseman, grabs it, throws to first, and that will end the inning, but not before SSG gets themselves 2 runs and almost bats all the way through. We'll go to the top of the second. It's 2-0 SSG. Not a good starts for a team trying to sweep. 31 pitches there. Let's see here. Uh Man, it's so hard to tell. This is Mitch White's first game in the KBO. So I don't know how long he's gonna be able to pitch. I don't know if he's gonna be able to go more than 60 or 80 pitches. So it's really hard to tell, honestly. All right, Young Jen 31 pitches in that first inning. Mitch White 16 in his first inning. Oh, Cheon Sung will lead things off for Hanwha. And the first pitch way outside, 1-0. The thing is Yuan Jin doesn't get very much run support usually whenever he pitches, so you can't count on Hanwha to score too many runs. Here comes the pitch and a swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. So I would say probably going to be 7 or less runs. Slugging percentage of 553 in SSG, which is should be as thing as it misses again, swing and a miss. Because SSG has one of the bigger or one of the big hitters park. They have the smallest fence distances and they have the shortest walls. I think we, Nick, I think we need a get that girl a buy me a coffee thing to send her some beverages. Is that's going to be a swing and a miss there, and 4 strikeouts, 4 outs, 4 strikeouts for Mitch White, and that good lord. And that's going to bring up Eugene Young, and the bottom of this order is a group that also tends to strike outs, and minus the number 8 hitter, as that is a ball, and it's 1-0. And then here comes the 1-0 pitch, way outside, and it's 2-0. He's, yeah, she got her Eugene Young cheer going though. And that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Have you seen that who's the other girl? The You said like her sister's an actress or something? You know, the one that overreacts all the time? Let's check. She's gonna drink. Oh, it's not even halfway. 안녕하세요. And 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Like I said, the bottom of this order is a group that tends to strike out. 5 strikeouts now for Mitch White. Good lord. 5 batters, 5 strikeouts. 정준 Min, 어떤 팀 좋아해요? All right, Wong Young Mook, a swing and a miss there. 네. And that's going to be a chopper. Shortstop grabs it, throws across, and 3 up, 3 down. On Hanwha, luckily for Hanwha though, they didn't all strikeouts. They got a ground ball as we'll go to the bottom of the second. Yeah, celebrating not striking out. That is that might be a first, honestly. Well, I guess individually, that is a rough start for Hanwha against Mitch White. Oh Lord, 9 pitches in that inning. 9 pitches, 2 strikeouts, and a 6-3 groundouts. He's sitting at 27 pitches through 2 innings. Ryun Jin is sitting at 31 pitches. And let's take a look at his beautiful, beautiful hat, ladies and gentlemen. It is a thing of he is pretty. Goes well with the Ryuhan Jin uniform. And the only time I ever wear a Hanwha uniform anymore is when Ryuhan Jin is on the mound. I don't know. Dick, which one do you like better? The black and orange or the white? I don't. Yeah, the black. I gotta agree. The black and orange does look nice. All right, so Young Jin back out there as that's gonna bring the number 9 hitter will lead things off. And the first pitch is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Park Ji-won, 190 on the season. Again, was a guy that they started out really hot last year, but ended up not being able to do much later. And now he's hitting below the Mendoza line, and he's only playing because Che Jung is out. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shimu Jun over throws across the diamond, and that will be 1 away. That'll flip the lineup back over to Che Ji-hoon. Che Ji-hoon, a single and a run scored in his first at-bat. She's I want to see what her sign says because she got a sketchbook up there now. She came prepared. She got her whiteboard almost looks like. And another drink and fouled away. Does she I'm trying to figure out when like if it's a strike so she has to drink or if it's a foul or what. All right. That is lifted up and right fielder Eugene Young under it, and that will be 2 away. 네, 맞아요. 그 류현진 curveball 정말 좋아요. 아마 KBO 중 제일 좋은 curve 있어요. All right, the Park Sung-han steps in. He had an RBI double in his first at bat. Looks at just strike one on that beautiful curveball once again. Again, curveball 10% of the time at 278 now on the season for Park Sung-han, and that runs in, almost hits him, but it doesn't, and it's 2-2. Was that first pitch a ball? I thought it was a strike. Oh, it was a ball. And the 2-0 is outside, and it's 3-0. Jin did struggle last year early in the season with the strike zone. He wasn't able to command it very well. Getting used to it, and here comes the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike as he didn't even take the bat off of his shoulder. Oh, the 3-1 pitch now is SSG is looking to extend this inning and run that pitch count up. And he in there for a strike right down the middle. We'll have another full count here. Second full count of the day. The last one ended in a walk to load the bases last inning. And the 3-2, and that's going to be a ground ball. Wong Young Mook scoops it up, throws, and a 1-2-3. Go the Landers as we will go to the third inning. It's 2-1 SSG. Da-na-na. Much better inning there for Yuan Jin. Only 11 pitches brings him to 42 on the day. Yeah, much better inning 31 versus 11. Yeah. Yeah. There go go. There go. 정준민 지금 한국에 있어요? Let's see. 최재훈. 대전에 살아요? 다른 도시에 살아요? 음. 네. 왜 한화 팬이에요? 아, 네. Little grill in there at the ballpark, and Che Jae Hoon looks at ball one on the outside. So Che Jae Hoon steps in. He's hitting 273 on the season, and that is in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Hey, said. And fouls that away. 1-2. So the thing with this is he's pitching in his first game in the KBO, so Hanwha's not going to have a lot of video on him. They're not going to have a lot of information on him, besides what they can gather from the MLB. But the MLB and the KBO ball are different, so it's going to move a little bit different. It's going to other things are going to be a little different. Is that misses upstairs and is 2-2. So while they will have ideas about speed and movements, they really aren't going to know really that well how he's going to pitch. And the 2-2 pitch fouled away, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch. 153 on the gun. I haven't seen anything about how many pitches he's going to throw. So I really wish they had some more information. He did throw 2 innings and 3 innings last week in the second league, and that is fouled away into the stands as that fan misses the ball, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch. So is Dottie And that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman scoops it up, tosses to White, and that will be one away. That brings up Shimu Jun. All right. So he threw 53 pitches in his last outing. So have to think that he might be ready for 8. He threw 53 pitches in his outing in the second league last week, and that is a ball on the way up. So I'm gonna guess he's there. They probably have him planned for about 80 pitches. Shimu Jun hitting 182 on the season. Started off real hot in the season and then not so hot, as that is a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch as he fakes the bunt, and it's another strike at the top of the zone. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 6 now on the day. And if Hanwha doesn't stop striking out, I am going to run out of Ks. 6 Ks already. We are in the third inning, though, not the second. Sorry. As they flip the lineup back over, Choi Ho steps in. He struck out looking in his first at bat, and he fouls that one, and it's 0-1. Choi Ho, a 222 average on the season after his 0 for 1 day so far. And the 0-1, a beautiful curveball in there, and another strike, and that's 0-2. And fouls that away. And somebody drops it. It was right in their hands. Come on, let's make a play, guys. Let's make a play. I think I see a second one. I wish I had a job like that I could just go drink all night on Thursday. Yeah, she's got 2 of them there. She's got one in the cup holder and one on the stand on the table thing. She means business, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and that is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. I don't think that that other one is for the kid that's next to her. That is a kid next to her, right? No, that's not a kid. And here comes the 2-2, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman that grabs it, throws to first, and another 1-2-3 inning goes Hanwha. They've got a hit, but no runs, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 SSG. Yeah, she is feeling the rhythm and feeling the rhyme. She is gonna get up. It's bobsled time. I did not write that. I did not write that. As great as my my rhymes are, I will not take credit for that one. Reminds me of well, I've had in my years sitting behind or sitting in the cheer section, I've had plenty of individuals near me, and some of them definitely try to dance like that, but they're literally moving their whole body. They're trying, pretending to be actual cheerleaders and doing all the movements that the cheerleaders do and blocking everybody's view. Not that you would know who I was talking about, but they only do that whenever the camera's near. So it's not all the time, at least. So Yun Jen will come back out. He'll face the number two. Sorry, the number two hitter. Nope, that's wrong. He'll face the number three hitter. All right, E.G. Young steps in and looks at strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Yun Jen, a rough first inning, but a quick 1-2-3 inning last inning. Only 11 pitches keeps his counts manageable as that is fouled away, and now it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's gonna be 1-2. Eugene Young, a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. Productive out, though, as he was able to move Pak Sung Han over. Came around to score on the RBI single by Go Myung Jun. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up way up high. Goes up high, but that's going to be a ground ball. Shimu Jun over, throws, and that will be one away. Really rushed that throw for to try to throw out a catcher. And I talk about it all the time, knowing who's up and everything. You know, he threw that off balance and really rushed it to throw the guy out by 3 steps. Understand they're professionals, but still, I mean, why? All right, here comes Han Yu Som. He walked in his first at bat and looks at ball one on the inside. 228 on the season for the right fielder. I believe he's a career SSG guy. As that misses upstairs, and it's 2-0. I think he walked him on 4 pitches, actually. Yep, a career SSG guy. Started with SSG in SK, sorry, in 2012. As that is a chopped foul. And it's 2-1. Drafted in 2011 and started in 2012 with only 7 games, but has been with the team in Incheon his entire career now. 50 pitches for Yun Jin, and here comes the 2-1. Sets up on the inside, and he hits the inside, but he fouls that away, and it's 2-2. I'm not a big fan of players. They're just people. But I like his attitude and his how he, if he gets hit by a pitch or he doesn't get upset. He's just like, okay, whatever, man, no big deal. As the 2-2 is fouled away, and he almost falls down. Not a sellout, as there are plenty of seats I can see. Yeah, she is not a fan. She does not get to do anything, as that is outside, and we've got another full count, third full count of the day for SSG. She's like a absolute range of emotion. And that is going to be a single over Shimujin's head, and he will be on base for the second time today. That's going to bring up Go Myung Jun, who had an RBI single in his first at bats. Sure, she really loves the SSG fans next to her banging those little bats. All right, Go Myung Jun, 1 for 1 RBI single. His average is up to 268 now for SSG, as that is going to be a ground ball. 5-4. In time, apparently. I don't know. That was just so slow developing. I believe we're gonna have a replay. I thought he was safe. We definitely know there's 2 outs. We definitely know that Hanyu Sum is no longer on the base pass. Was like, Wang Young Mook lost the handle. Oh, he's safe. I was wondering how he called him out. Yeah, like I was like, what? That was a slow turn by Noshiwan. And then Wang Young Mook lost it out of his glove and had to regather it in order to allow him to make it. But that will be a 5-4 ground out, and that is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Backhands it, throws it to second, and that will end that. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's 2-0 SSG. Yeah, like it looked like Noshiwan was just not rushing, and it's like, dude, you're on third. You've got to throw all the way over. It wasn't that hard hit. They leave another one on base. Yuan Jin, not a bad inning there as he keeping the pitch count manageable in the 50s there as we'll have Mitch White obviously will come back out. Florio will greet him. He's the only base runner Hanwha has had, as he had a single back in the second or the first inning. 56 pitches, 14 in that inning for Yuan. So they've left again. They left the bases loaded in the first inning. Will that come back to haunt them? They had the bases loaded. I hate Korean food commercials. You can always they always have the sounds of people eating. Like, whoever thought that was a good idea? All right, Florio, Moon Bin, and Noshiwan as Hanwha looks to try to get something going here in the top of the 4th. Here we go. As that misses low, 1-0. Is this the inning? He doesn't strike anybody out. He struck out 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And that is in there for a strike at the top. And fouls that into his foot again. That's the second time he has fouled it into his foot. As he limps off a little bit once again. He is not enjoying it. He is limping still. He is still limping there. We'll see if he does get a hit or if he is running. And the 1-2 fouls it away and stays 1-2, 150 on the inside corner. And it's all righty. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's strikeout number 7. Good Lord. Here we go. Moon Hyun Bin steps in and looks at ball one up high. Want to know. Moon Hyun Bin obviously struck out in his first at bats. 295 on the season now as it drops him below that 300 mark, as that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman grabs it, steps on the bag himself, and that'll be 2 away here in the 4th inning. Brings up No Shiwan, who struck out in his first at bat, struck out looking on a pitch that I'm still not entirely sure was a strike. And runs inside 1-0. 241 on the season for No Shiwan, who had a big game last game. And the 1-0 pitch pops him up, lifts it to the wall, at the wall, jumping, knocks it down, so it's not going to be a home run. They're going to run over and chase it as Noshiwan is going to cruise into third with a 2-out triple, as it was just shy of the wall. He probably should have caught that, but he didn't. And that will leave Noshiwan on third base for Cheyenne Sung. And he just watched it instead of running. Should have had it. Hit off the right in his glove. Should have had it. Says that's his ball one low in the dirt. Definitely should have had that. Noshiwan might have had an inside the park home run if he was actually running out of the box once again and not hustling. Cheon Sung, she's got the dance moves going now. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Chan Sung struck out in his first at bats, 1 of 5 straight strikeouts. And that is going to be a line into right field, and it's going to drop in. He's going to be on second base with an RBI double. And that is going to be Hanwha's first run here in the top of the 4th. And that's catch is not a catch. Comes back to haunt him as Cheon Sung now steps on a second, and they'll have once again another runner in scoring position for Eugene Young. As they check in on him again, He's going to be limited to pitches, maybe 80 pitches. So they obviously would love to get him through 5 innings. Right now, without that catch in center field, he could easily be out of this inning and minus 4, maybe more pitches. All right, Eugene Young steps in the dirts, 1-0. 이천 십사 년부터 한국에 20 2024년 왔어요. 그래서 그때부터 한화 봤어요. And that a bad looking swing there. 1-1. All right, to the 1-1 pitch. And way outside at 2-1. All right, the 2-1 pitch to Eugene Young sets up low, and he fouls that away, and it's 2-2. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be a curveball low into the dirt here. I'm gonna make the assumption 60 pitches now, and 53 pitches last week in his start in the second league. Curveball or slider away. Nope, fastball away, and he can't catch it. That'll be another strikeout. 8 strikeouts. Hanwha leaves one on, but they get 1 run back on the Noshiwan triple, and the Cheon Sung double will go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-1 SSG. Eugene Young doing the Eugene Young thing, which is striking out. Let's see here. Where are we at pitch wise for a White? 61 pitches, so 17 in that one. 16 in the first, 9 in the second, 17 in the third, 17 here in the fourth. So Hanwha will have their SSG will have 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in the bottom of the fourth for Yuan 56 pitches through 3 innings. Last 2 innings, much better. He's gone 11 pitches and 14 pitches. Hanwha has left 2 runners on so far. SSG has left 4 runners on. So we'll see if any of those non scores come back to haunt him. Oh. All right, the first pitch is inside, ball 1. So he walked in his first at bat to load the bases back in the first, and the 1-0 is lifted into right field. Eugene Young going back and makes the catch, 1 away. Yuan Jin. Oh, there's the tally. We got a 1. And there's mom and dad. All right, here we go. That's going to bring up Hyun Won Hee, who looks at strike 1 on the outside. He grounded into a 5-3 ground out to end the first with the bases loaded. hitting 200 on the season, calls time and is granted it. And here comes the 0-1. Just misses at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1 now. And 1-1 also misses. Almost the exact same spot as the previous pitch. Again, they did lower the strike zone down this year. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop picks it up, throws over. That will be 2 away. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Pak Ji-wan. Pak Ji-wan, a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. 0 for 1 on the day. Is Yuran Jin now trying to get that pitch count back into step. He's only at 6 pitches here in the 4th inning. Fakes the bunt, pulls it back, and it's way outside, 1-0. 186 on the season now for Pak Ji-wan after his ground out back in the second. Led off the second inning with a ground out. And the 1-0 is swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 142 on the four-seam fastball. 64 pitches now. Will he get to 65 in this inning? Or sorry, 67 is, the magic number as that is fouled away, and it's now 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Way outside, and here comes the magic pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Pitch number 67 coming up. And he fouls it away. She did not move. She did not move. She is a stone back behind there. As pitch number 67 is foul, which is a strike, as usual. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted into a right field. Lee Jin Young going back in front of the warning track. And that's will be 3 away. 1-2-3 once again. And we'll go to the top of the 5th. It's 2-1 SSG. We're having ourselves a little bit of a pitcher's duel. Hanwha will now have their 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up. 12 pitches that inning for Yunjin. 68 now on the day. 61 for Whites. They flashed up that he threw his 60th pitch last inning. So I wonder if he's on a 60 pitch count. We will see in top of the 5th here. Dun, dun, dun. righty, here we go. Top of the fifth. Mitch White still out there. Wong Young Mook, a 6-3 ground out, but he bunts it right to White, who throws to first. And that will be a 1-3 putouts. One pitch, one outs, just the way you drew it up in the board. And I mean, if you're going to bunt, at least bunt, make the pitcher move. He barely even had to come off the dirt. All right, J.J. Hoon steps in. He 1-3 ground out in his first at bats. And that catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. 265 on the season for Hanwha's backstop after his 1-3 ground out back in the third inning, and the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch pops him up. Catcher E.G. Young throws off the mask, but it'll get out of play back behind the catcher. And it's 1-2. He got hit. I think he just got hit by J.J. Hoon there. And almost hit our dancing queen back there. All right, the 1-2, and that is fouled away once again, and it stays 1-2, which brings us to the secret pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Pitch number 67 coming up. We know it's going to be a strike. Is it going to be a ball in play? Is it going to be a foul, or is it going to be a strikeout? I should have went with be a K there for the rhyme, but I saved myself, and that is way outside. He is not doing well with the pitch number 67. Unacceptable. 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 The 2-2 pitch. As he fouls another one out, and he just wants to make sure that everybody leaves with a souvenir, courtesy of the KBO and SSG. I wonder who has to foot the bill for all of the baseballs. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back once again, and it's another 2-2 pitch. Working his count here. 8th pitch of this at bats. After Wong Young Mook, one pitch, one bunt, one pitch to the bunter, and J.J. Hoon's like, all right, I guess I'll run his pitch count up. And the 2-2 pitch fouled away again. Somebody back behind home plate with a Mitch White uniform. It's really you rarely ever see a foreigner uniform, especially a pitcher, as that is up and in, and that is gonna run the count full. First full count of the day for Hanwha. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it might have hit him. But anyway, he's on base with a walk. First walk of the day for Mitch White, as Hanwha's got a runner on. I don't know if it hit him or not, but that was a 10-pitch at-bat. As they're going to come out and have a little powwow. In 72 pitches now, he threw 53. Yep, that'll be it for him. 8 strikeouts in 4+4.1 innings. As we'll have a pitching change here, bringing in somebody to try to keep Mitch White from. Well, he won't get the win. He won't get the loss. Yeah, I mean, you definitely see foreign batter uh uniforms, but yeah, I never really see foreign pitcher uniforms. You know, Iroun will come in. I did used to see a lot of hoeing uniforms. I saw a handful of Rosaria uniforms. Never saw any. I mean, I have a Felix PA uniform. I saw some Felix PA uniforms, but I never saw Albers or Tatusco or Clay. I never saw, uh, you know, Rogers. I might have seen one or two Rogers uniforms. I never really saw Suppold uniforms or Bell or Samson or Hale or trying to think of all the other pitchers that have been here. Human to two or not to Tusco to Talberts, Villanueva as Irohun steps in. 0 for 0 on the season, 2 holds, 7 games, 6 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 182 batting average against. And he will face Shimu Jun, and that ball is way upstairs, 1-0. So Mitch White is responsible for Che Jae Hoon out on first base. If he is able to come around and score, that'll be 2 runs in his first outing, but he leaves with the lead currently as here comes the 1-0, and that's going to be a ground ball, and it hit him. I thought it hit him, but it did not. And why are they it hit I thought it hit him. I'm pretty sure it hit him. Anyway, he's definitely out, but I'm pretty sure it hit him. So I'm yeah, it did. And then it hit the bat again whenever he put the bat in play. It hit the bat again. Why is he bunting? So it's gonna definitely be was he still in the box is the question. So there's that. He's out of the box and touches the bat. The ball touches the bat. His He had 1 foot touched out of the box, and the other one was still in the box. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the official ruling on that. All right, so it's not going to be an out. It's going to be just a foul ball, so it's going to be 1-1 now. And he bunts again, and now it's 1-2. I don't get this. There's one out. There's one out already. Why are you? I don't get what is. He can't hit. He shouldn't have been signed, especially to the amount of money and amount of years that they signed him to. I just don't get this. All right, here we go, and sets up on the outside, and that's a ripped foul and almost a play by I don't know, Jung Hong Ji or something. I can't read his name from that far away. Solid failed bunts, two of them from the guy that can't hit swinging the bats, and he can't hit bunting the bats. As here we go, sets up on the outside corner once again. The 1-2 is swing and a miss on a pitch that almost hit him in the face. That's will be two away. So not only do they not get a bunt, not only do they not move the runner over, they actually strike out on a pitch that literally was just, it was closer to his face than it was the strike zone. Excellent job, Hanwha front office. All right, that flips the lineup back over finally. Choi Ho looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. Choi Ho 0 for 2 on the day, a 4-3 ground out in his last at bats, struck out looking in his first at bats. 2-11 now on the season for the left fielder. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on a pitch that was in the dirt, and it's 0-2. And he says, throw it up. And here comes the 0-2 going up at the letters, and that's way, way up high. As E.G. Young had to jump to catch that. This is the closest game of the day right here, 2-1. As here we go, the 1-2 pitch. And time is called. The pitcher is calling his pitches. He's got the pitch com on his glove. And here comes the 1-2 as that is outside, 2-2. Hanwha looking to get their first sweep of the season. They have been swept, so getting their first sweep, and the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball past the diving first baseman. It's going to get over into the corner. Choi Jae-hoon is going to round second. Is he going to come home? He is not. He's going to hold up at third. Is Choi Ho, or they? There she is, a 2-out double. As that moves the runners up, he'll be on second base. Choi Jae-hoon will be on third, and that will bring up the hottest hitter in the KBO. Mr. Florial. Chan Ho puts on his sliding pizza mitts. Florial steps in. He is 1 for 2 on the day, extended his hitting streak to 9 games back in the first inning, and then struck out in his last at bats as he led off last inning. And that is going to be ripped into right field, and that will be an RBI single. And Choi Ho comes home, and that'll be a 2 RBI single as Florial gives Hanwha the lead 3-2 on the RBI single. The hottest hitter in the KBO right now is Mr. Florial. Oh, he dropped it. Hanyu Sam dropped the ball in right field. As Florial slides back in. Hanwha takes the 3-2 lead, gives Ryun Jin the run support he's always wanted, and Moon Hyun Bin pops that one foul as Florio was on the run. Florio just runs with one glove. He already has a stolen base, right? And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And he's probably going to be running on this pitch. Iro gives Mitch White one more run into his tally, but is in line for the loss now as Moon Hyun Bin a swing and a miss, and that's going to be another strikeout for him. But Hanwha gets two with two outs on a double by Chen Ho and a 2 RBI single by Florio, and they take a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the fifth. Making them pay for that walk. Only walk that they've had all day, and they're making them pay. The extra base hits have done some damage. And final line for White will be 4.1 innings, 72 pitches, 52 for strikes, gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. But he was tagged for that second run as Iro was not able to do anything. As just as I said, this was the closest game. Kia puts up 2 in the bottom of the fifth to make it 3-2. Elsewhere around the league, Samsung trying to break their losing streak. They're up 4-1 against LG. It does look like Kang Min Ho is back in. He's got 2 RBIs. Was worried as he got kind of cleated sliding for Moon Sung Ju yesterday. Lotte's up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. They've got 4 in the bottom of the seconds, but right now, Hume's got runners on first and third with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. So that game is looking like it could be getting a little closer. All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth. You run Jen back out on the mound. First pitch is high. Ball 1. They have the top of the lineup up. Che Ji Hoon 1 for 2 on the day. And that misses low, 2-0. This is a thing. I talk about it every game. Ryun Jin is now, but he was pitching well 11 pitches, 14 pitches, 12 pitches in the last 3 innings. But he just sat for a really long time as Hanwha got into the bullpen, had a pitching change, then some runs are scored. Then we had the bunts replay type thing as the 2-1 pitch. And that is going to be lifted into a right field. That might be trouble. And that is that drops down. And he will have himself a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fifth. All right, we got a runner on first base. That'll bring up Pak Sung Han. He doubled in his first at bat, 4-3 ground out in his second, and looks at strike 1 there. 0-1. 273 now on the season for SSG's shortstop. And the 1-2 pitch. And pops that's one, but it gets out foul, and it's 0-2. Why is my button? It's not working. There we go. All right, the 0-2 pitch, 74 pitches for you on Jen here. And that misses upstairs, 2-2 now. Sorry, 1-2. I had the wrong button. 1-2. He really hasn't been going deep into games. He's been pitching 6 innings, but he's only throwing around 80 pitches. So I have to think that this is going to be his last inning as the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper. That's going to be the shortstop who flips it over to second base. And that will go down as a 6-4 groundouts. But he will be on first base now, and that'll bring up E.G. Young. Shimu Jun dropped his glove, immediately dropped his glove. Didn't put much behind it, and he is done, as they are going to have to help him off the field as he grabs his side. And now the offense should be improved, maybe depending on who they put in at shorts. But as he grabs his side, Ito Yoon will take over. And once again, Ito Yoon is thrown into the spotlight. They keep trying to replace him, but he's not going anywhere. 2023, they didn't want to give him the job, and he got thrown into it, played well. 2024, they didn't want him to play. They went out and signed Shimu Jun, and yet here we go. He's now taking over at shortstop once again. So we've got one out here in the bottom of the fifth. The catcher, E.G. Young, will step in. He went. I don't know. There was nothing like that showed what it could have been. Like he kind of like it was a ground ball to him and he went to grab it, but he kind of like grimaced whenever he grabbed it and just kind of tossed it over to second base to get the force out. Immediately threw off his glove and went down to a knee, as that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Grabs it, throws across his body, as that will be 2 away. So Pak Sung Han was on the move there, and that gets him up to second base since he was stealing there. Otherwise, that would have been an inning double play. As 2 away now, that'll bring up Hanwha Sum. All right, Hanwha Sum walk and a single in his 2 at bats. He's been on base both times. Looks at ball one there. So 241 now on the season for the right fielder. What is he doing? And here comes the 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 80 pitches now for Yuan Jin. Again, he throws around 80. As that's a swing and a miss there. 2-1 now. So in his 4 games so far, 81 pitches in his first game, 76 in his second, 89 in the third, and 88 in his last game. He went 6 innings, 6 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings. So again, I have to think that this is going to be his last inning. As here comes the 2-1 pitch, misses upstairs, and it's 3-1. He will try to, obviously, he'll pitch to get out of this inning. And there's count number 2 of the wife and grandparent or parents. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that is crushed. Florio going back in front of the warning track. And it grabs it. That'll be 3 away. He just missed it. As we will go to the 6th inning. As he's still standing there looking. I thought he hit it a lot harder than that. But we'll go to the break. It's 3-2 Hanwha. Alrighty, we should be just about back. Hiro Yoon out on. Nope. Kim Mean out on the mound now as the first pitch in there to No Shiwan is in there for a strike. Kim Mean, 0 ERA, 3 holds, 9 games on the season. He what came over in that trade that sent Owan Suk over to KT. 1-0 is nowhere near any strike zone on the planet. It's now 2-1. And 2-0, 2-1 catches the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Here we go, the 2-2. As that is lifted into right field, going, and that is going to hit off the base of the wall. Noshiwan will be cruising into seconds with a leadoff double. And his second extra base of the day as he hit the triple that came around to score back in the fourth. And that's going to bring up a Cheyenne Sung. Cheyenne Sung had himself an RBI double in his his second at bat. His first at bat was a strikeout. Second at bat was an RBI double. Noshiwan now got the double and the triple out of the way for the cycle as he puts on his motorcycle gloves as Chan Song shows the bunt. He went around on the bunts. I don't know what the hell this is. 267 on the season. Very ill-advised bunt attempt as he didn't get the bunt back, but it might have been a strike anyway. Have to watch for the pullback, and first baseman is way in on the grass. Have to watch for the pullback swing. Romyoung Jun up in front of the little dirt down by first base. And here comes the 0-1, and that is lifted to foul, and now it's 0-2, and they can move back a little bit because not going to be a bunt now. Well, there could be, but a foul bunt would be an out. The our resident beer connoisseur back behind the behind home is switched to water. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the other batter's box. Checks the ball to make sure there's no dirt on it, and he is out. And finally, that throw the ball in the other batter's box and let him swing finally works, ladies and gentlemen. All righty, that's going to bring up E.G. Young. E.G. Young. Nope, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Kim Tae-yeon will be pinch hitting. Kim Tae-yeon fouls that first pitch away, and it's 0-1. Kim Tae-yeon will pinch hit here. 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 4 on Tuesday. Probably why he is out of the lineup, and Jae Ho is over there in left. So if he stays in here, he will head over to right field as Jae Ho cannot play right for some reason. And the pitch catches the outside, and it's 0-2. 269 on the season for Mr. Kim. Again, had a really good season last year. Kind of died off a little bit at the end as it was his first full-time game or season. And the 0-2 tries it again with the pitch way in the other batter's box, but Kim Tae-yun is not fooled by that, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, she's got, yep, going back and forth. The 1-2, and that's going to be chopped foul. And it stays 1-2. Mm. Little chicken wing dance. All right, so the 1-2 pitch, runner on second is no Shiwan. And here it goes, a swing and a miss on another pitch out of the zone. They check him over at first, and that will be two away. Two straight strikeouts on pitches in the other batter's box, and they have now left a runner on seconds with two straight strikeouts with pitches that were not anywhere near the zone. And that's going to bring up a Che Jae Hoon. Che Jae Hoon walked in his last at bat, or sorry, Wang Young Mook. My bad. Wang Young Mook 0 for 3 on the day, or 0 for 2. I can't even talk right now. 0 for 2 on the day. 1-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground out, and that runs inside, and it's ball one. 203 on the season for the second baseman. Had a great season last year. The rookie season. And here comes the 1-0, and that is going to be lifted into left field, but's caught. And a leadoff double goes for Knott's as they strand him. And they go 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, leave their third runner on the bases. Sorry, their fourth runner on the bases. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 3-2 Hanwha. Let's see. All right, Hanwha will be into the bullpen now. Is in Yunjin 83 pitches through 5. That's probably it for him. I'm going to make a guess. And he's only been throwing around 80 pitches per game. So Kim Tae-yun will go into a right field. We'll see if Yunjin actually comes back out. They haven't announced anything yet. If he does, he's going to face the number 5 hitter, Go Myung Jun. So we'll see. We should. No, he is still out there on the mound. I'm actually very surprised at this. So 31 pitches in the first. I have 11 in the second and 14 in the third. That is going to be first pitch swinging, and that is going to be a single. And just like that, they've got another base runner on board. Is my count right, or is their count right? Let's check. Their count is right. All right, so we've got a runner on first, and Ote Gon steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in his first at bat. Apparently, there might have been a bunt attempt or something. I don't know. We're just watching only the pitcher. We don't know anything about the pitch. I don't know if it was a strike, a ball. I just know that he threw one. As we still don't know because they haven't shown the scoreboard. No idea. It was a ball. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, camera angles. And here we go. The 1-0 pitch pulls the bunt back, but that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Very important here to bunts. You know, you got a runner on first, nobody outs. Love lowering your chance of scoring a run. Plus, you have the 7, 8, 9 hitters behind them that you're trying to get a hit with. Uh, again, the managers in the KBO have got to be some of the dumbest people in the dugouts. They've got to be. As he jams him, almost hits him, but he gets the bat in the way, and now it's 2 strikes. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, you refuse to let your players play. Instead, you want them to bunt. They don't want to bunt. They can't bunt. They suck at bunting. They're not fast. They're not good at bunting at all, but yet you still keep asking them to do the same thing. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And in the dirt's 2-2. And I will say this: any Koreans watching, the KBO in Korea will never be able to compete on the international stage if they don't change their ways. As much fun as the KBO is to watch, Korea will never, ever, ever, ever be competitive unless they start learning fundamentals and they start swinging the bat. The small ball does not work in the KBO, and it doesn't work in the international game. But here comes the 3-2 pitch anyway, as the full counts, and that is fouled away, and it stays 3-2. Ryun Jin has got 3 runs of support so far today. He's again only given up 6 runs total on the season. One of those was 4 runs in 5 innings, though. 2 shutouts, and then one game he gave up 2 runs. Is that's going to be a swing and a miss? Second strikeout of the day for Ryun Jin. Second strikeout of the day for Otagon, and that will be 1 away. And that seems to be his day. Is they are taking a little trip up to the mound. 91 pitches, so maybe 90 is his mark. Yep, that's it. He took himself out of the game. He just took himself out of the game. As they were asking him, and he just started walking off. I don't, I don't, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. But that'll be it for him. He is responsible for the runner on first base. So 5.1 innings, 91 pitches, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs. But again, he is responsible for the runner on first. So it may go up to 3 runs in 5.1 innings. We'll see. Coming out onto the mound is going to be Pak Sang-wan, who has not had a good season. Just, I'm really confused at everything going on. Again, I don't understand all the bunting. It just doesn't make any sense. They're not good at bunting. The way if you bunt, you're not improving anything. So Kim Sung Hyun will lead off, or I guess face Pak Sang Wan once he actually comes out and we start this game again. been a really, you know, a good game as far as nothing has been out of the ordinary. Yeah, kind of. But all right, we've got to one out to bottom of the sixth here. Pak Song Won will step in. He has not had a good season. Kim Sung Hyun will meet him, the second baseman, Pak Song Won. Get his stats and read them for you as soon as they pop up on the screen. And here we go. And first pitch is low, ball one. Pak Song Won, 3.72 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 holds, 11 games, 9 2/3 innings, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks, 200 batting average, and a 1.14 whip. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Che Jae-hoon sets up on the outside corner at the belt, and that is ripped into foul territory, and it's 1-1. Pak Sung Hyun, 200 on the season, 0 for 2 or 0 for 1 on the day. Sorry, he walked back in the first inning, was left on the bases. Then a led off the fourth inning with a fly out to right field. A 1-1 count here. Runner on first. Does not have a very much speed. He is Go Myung Jun, the first baseman. Jin hanging out with EJ Wan, having a little chit chatty powwow. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. This is upstairs. Oh, wow. Just apparently got a piece of it, and it's 1-2. I hate that Spo TV does not show the 3D graphic that shows where the ball actually went. And the 1-2 as he slaps the bat out, and that is going to be just foul. And 1-2. Kim Tae-yeon over in right field. Now, again, he is not the best defender on the team. We'll put it that way. She hit a wall, ladies and gentlemen. She hit a wall. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, up around the old belly button. Misses badly, and that's going to be a single through the right side. Kim Tae-yeon will come up throwing, but that will be a single, and they've got runners on first and second with just 1 out. So runners on first and second. Hyunwon Hee will step in. The DH, again, when your DH is batting in the A spots, that's usually not a good thing. Means your offense is struggling. And misses inside 1-0. Had to wait there because some calls have not seen in the way I saw it. And 188 on the season for the DH, a 6-3 ground out in his last at bat, a 5-3 ground out with the bases loaded in the first inning, and that's a swing and a miss at a pitch that was not anywhere near the strike zone. Pak Song Won leading the league in grunts per strike. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. In the dirts, 2-1. Che Jae-hoon wants a new ball. That one didn't even hit the dirts. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch, runner on first and second. And he pops him up, and it will get out of play, though. Hanging out with the Hanwha fans. It's 2-2. 2-2 pitch, 2 on, 3-2 game. fouls it away, and it stays 2-2. 150 on the gun there as he reared back to make sure he got that one. Elsewhere around the league, a 3-3, a 5-1, and a 5-0. All right, here we go. Another 2-2 pitch. Pitch number 11. Sets up on the outside, right on the batter's box, and he went around, and that's going to be a strikeout on a pitch in the other batter's box. As SSG players laughing at him, and it was their player. Definitely went around. Didn't even need to appeal down to the first base umpire. All right, Pak Ji-won now steps in. Nope, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Is this Triple J? I believe this is Triple J. Yep, Jung-Joon J. Triple J will make his way into the batter's box. The normal second baseman is ball one low, and it's 1-0. Jung-Joon J, 167 on the season, and normally a starter over at second base is. That is going to be a slap, and No Shiwan makes a jumping, diving stop that would have tied the game if it got past him as he was drawn in, and that's will end the sixth. We'll go to the seventh. It's 3-2. Hanwha. That might have been the game, ladies and gentlemen. They leave another 2 on. They've left 7 runners on base now. I imagine he would stay in at second, and then Kim Sung-hyun would move over to third. That's just my guess. They are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They are 2 for 13 with runners on base. Hanwha will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up here in the top of the 7th as they look to try to add on some runs. Hanwha's left 4 on themselves, but when they've had base runners on, they've gotten hits. They're 3 for looks like 3 for 11 on the day with runners on base, but more importantly, they are 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Really, the difference is Hanwha's getting hits when there's been runners in scoring position, and they're getting extra base hits. They do have 4 extra base hits out of those 6 hits that they have. They just have a single by Florial and then a single by 2 singles by Florial, but one of them was a 2 RBIs. So, new pitcher here will be the Kim Gun-woo will take over on the mound for Kim Min. And Che Jae-hoon looks at just strike 1. And he hits him. And just like that, once again, Che Jae-hoon is hits. Leads the league in hit by pitches. Right in the back of the right calf. Ito Yoon will take over, or will be getting his first at bat of the day. Choi Jae-hoon will be done for the day. I imagine they'll have Isan Hyuk come on and take over on the base pass. Nope, Iwan Suk will take over. And will we have a bunt here? We will, because that's a strike. Why wouldn't we have a bunt? How many times do you have to see this not work? It's not just Hanwha, it's every team in this league. They play like it's 1970s. So Ito Yoon, a 211 on the season. And here we go, the 0-1 pitch. Nope, and he checks over at first. And here comes the 0-1, and he gets the bunt down, and he'll go to first base. And he moves him up, but again, you've now got one out. You do flip the lineup back over to Chan Ho, who did come up big in his last at bats. EJ, yep, we're gonna have another pitching change. He's got a left-hander up on the mound, and he's gonna bring in another. I don't get this either. Guess he only pitches well against righties. I don't know, but we're gonna have a pitching change here. Another pitching change, another pitching change, and another pitching change after that. And then we'll have another pitching change after that. That'll bring up No Kyung-eun, who sees more action than any other player, any other pitcher in the league. Will he be led the league in appearances by pitchers last year? At least was fairly close. He's probably pitched in at least two of these games so far in this. The fifth pitcher so far. So he's pitched in 10 games so far this year. He's so that's 16th in the league. Last year he pitched in 77 games. The year before that he pitched in 76 games. So in 2024, he appeared in the most games of any pitcher. In 2023, he appeared in the second most. I believe I want to say Kim Bum Soo actually appeared in more games than he did. But we'll have a runner on second, and Ziwon Suk. He can score on a single. Top of the first here, No Kyung-eun, 193 ERA, 1 save, 3 holds, 10 games, 9 and a third innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 206 batting average against, and a 1.07 whip. All right, here comes Chan Ho, 1 for 3 on the day. A double in his last at bat, came around to score what is currently the game winning run, as that is going to be ball 1. All right, well, it's now a 1-0 count, and he hasn't thrown the pitch yet. And 250 on the season now for Chan Ho is our fan behind the plates is now donned glasses since it's officially 8:40 p.m. currently here in Korea. The forkball is into the dirt, so 2-0 counts as he's only thrown one pitch. E.G. Young is checking his fingers as he might have been jammed there. That is not good as he is holding his fingers. Yeah, it looked like maybe he jammed him as he put his hand down. He didn't use his hand. Oh, I see. He definitely caught his pinky on the ground and kind of spread it out. I don't even know that. I don't even know what that's called in English anymore. It's been so long since I've had to say it. Yes, he sprained his fingers. Shakes it off. We'll see as he see if he can throw. Iwan Sok has plenty of speed. So the backup catcher, Jo Hyung-woo, is back into the dugouts. It is his throwing hand, his pinky finger. So, how much is it used on throwing, really? Anyway. All right, Chan Ho with 2-0 counts now. As number 3 is been opened back behind home. Checks on Iwan Suk and calls his own pitch. All right, here we go. The 2-0 pitch. And inside 3-0. Do not want more runners on base for the next hitter. Florio already a 2 RBI double. He's got 2 of the Hanwha hits today. Here we go. The 3-0 count. And that catches the inside corner, and it's 3-1. 3-1 pitch. And that is going to be ripped into the right field wall. Once again, Iwan Suk is going to come around to score as Chan Ho has another double, this time of the RBI variety. And Hanwha takes a 4-0 lead. Chan Ho comes up big once again as Florio will step in, hoping to add some more. And Hanwha can smell the sweep now. All right, Florio steps in now. And a swing and a miss as he was hoping to add a homer on that swing to his daily 2-for-3 game. 264 now on the season for Florio. 2-for-2 or 2-for-3 on the day. 2 singles, a stolen base, 2 RBIs, a strikeout, and that's a swing and a miss on a pitch way down in the bottom of the zone. And he is sitting at 0-2 count now. And Hanwha would love some extra runs. They still have to get through 2 more innings with before they can get to Kim Saw Hyun. All right, the 0-2 count goes upstairs, but a little high. He didn't chase, and it's 1-2. Went up high, went down low, went back up, but he didn't go. Oh, I just made that up. That was awesome. All right, the 1-2 pitch. He doesn't go on the pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2 now. Mhm. And pops him up. That's trouble. Shortstop and makes the play. That'll be two away, and we will have Moon Yun Bin is stepping in. Moon Yun Bin over 3 on the day. All right, here we and another ball on a pitch clock violation. And that runs in, and it's 2-0. In 2-0. I keep hitting the wrong button. 2-0 at 10 pitches, but he's had two pitch clock violations already. And here comes the 2-0. Beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fouls it straight back, and it's 2-2. And Moon Bin, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the pitcher. It is his birthday this weekend, a 420 baby. As here we go. People voted on a Hana Montana game. What? Oh, yeah. All right. The count is full. It is now a 3-2 count to Moon Yun Bin. That means that Che and Ho, well, he wouldn't be off, but that is fouled away, and it's going to be another 3-2 count. I don't know. Maybe they were voting on an SSG game. Been a fairly decent game. Mitch White makes his debut, strikes out the first 5 outs are all strikeouts, 8 strikeouts in 4.1 innings. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it away once again. Right near the cheer section, we'll have another 3-2 count. How was it? All right, here comes the 3-2 counts. 2 outs, runner on seconds. Swing and fouls that into the dirt, and he gets hit again as E.G. Young. E.G. Young is taking a beating this inning as they're going to go check on him once again. Right off of the instep on his right foot. Again, sprained his pinky on his right hand, and now his right instep just got hit. He is not enjoying this top of the seventh. Is not only that, Hanwha has gotten another run. All right, we'll have another 3-2 count. No, we won't because we'll check on the runner at second. All right, again, a 3-2 count. Swing and a miss at a pitch up near his eyes. The third strikeout of the day for Moon Yun Min. He'll leave another one on. Hanwha's left 5 on. And we will go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 4-2 Hanwha. Moon Yun Min might be swinging his way out of a starting position. Right back onto the bench. Hanwha gets a hit with runners in scoring position. They've got 3 on the day versus just 1 for SSG. The one hit that they got with runners in scoring position was an RBI. That's really going to be the difference in the game. Hanwha's left 5 on base. SSG's left 7 on base. It all the teams have a set closer. Very few have the same closer for more than 2 years. As far as Hanwha, they've had a different closer every year since 2020. Their closer currently hasn't from last year currently has an ERA of over 7 in the second league. So yeah, I mean yeah, you know, some teams like Doosan, they had a new closer last year. He's their closer this year. He ended up winning Rookie of the Year last year. Uh, teams like KT, so KT, Lotte, Kia, all have like pretty set closers. Kium keeps trading their closers away. So Jodong Nuk will come out onto the mound, 3.18 ERA, 9 games, 11 in third innings, 5 strikeouts, 8 walks, 304 batting average against a 1.68 whip. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 8 walks to 5 strikeouts, an ERA over 3, and a batting average over 3. So EJ1 back behind the plates as Che Ji Hoon steps in. They'll have the leadoff batter. They'll have 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the seventh. And that is going to be a leadoff single over the jumping Wong Young Mook. And he'll be on he'll be on base to lead off an inning for the 3rd time today. That brings up Pak Sung Han. Let me get the change with your catcher. He does have plenty of speed. And that's a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. I mean, he's pitching a ton. So, oh, so I must have missed. I guess Ewan Suk stayed in. So Kim Tae-yun comes out as the 0-2. Is that's going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play. And just like that, there are no more base runners and 2 outs. What a great throw. Yep. As that is a strike in there, and it's 0-1. E.G. Young 0 for 3 on the day, a 6-3, a 6-3, and a 4-3 ground out. And the 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Fantastic, as that's going to be a ground ball. 4-3. Down goes SSG, a leadoff single. Once again, they do not get hits once they get runners on. And we will go to the 8th inning. It's 4-2 Hanwha. I said in my preseason, my preview, that I thought SSG was the 9th best team in the league. I thought the only team that they were better than was Hume. Now that they're playing, I don't really question my choice. It was close. All right, I gotta fix this. EJ1 is not playing right. That would be hilarious. The only thing better than EJ1 playing right would be EJ1 hitting a triple. And we know that would never, ever happen. No, they never posted it. I'm gonna show you. So it really actually drives me nuts. Uh, so the channel, 86,000 subscribers. I'm gonna put this up here so it's a little easier to see. Actually, we'll go back to this. I think my screen. So this here, all of these videos are all of the episodes before mine. They never uploaded mine. I'm not happy about it, honestly. Handu Soul out on the mound now. 117 ERA, 1 win, 1 save, 2 holds, 9 games. Yeah, I have no idea why. Why they never decided to put it up. I know Nick is upset because that was his chance to make his waves on the YouTube sphere. The other people were not. I don't think were interesting. As here comes the ground ball. That's going to be a 5-3 ground out to lead the 8th inning here. I mean, yeah. Oh, Hanwha didn't. I think it's just Hanwha hates foreigners. That's the only thing I can come up with. All right, Cheon Sung steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. It looks at strike one right down the middle. RBI double back in the fourth inning, and that's going to be fouled away, and it's 0-2. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, a lot of times they don't want to put kids on there because if they do that, then they so if it gets like a rated for kids only as the 0-2 is that is going to be a liner into right field and he's got himself another base hit. The second time he has been on base. So if you end up with a lot of kids on your channel, then it turns off all the comments. Yeah, they don't care about the fans. You know that. All right, EJ Wan steps in, getting his first at bat of the day. And here comes the first pitch, is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Don't worry. Whenever Daniel, if they ever, no, you can't go. You can go to North Korea, but you can't go through South Korea, as that is going to be fouled away, and it's 0-2. If you want to go to North Korea, you have to go to China and then in through China. Is because they actually have a big marathon, an international marathon that they just had last year, or just had this month, I think, earlier this month. And fouled again once again is number 3 is going down back behind the plates. Yeah, they're the Pyongyang marathon. My understanding is like as you're running and like you run in front of the presidential house, like Kim Jong Un's house, you have to like stop and bow, like full on like deep bow on your knees, as that is low and it's 1-2 now. And then you get back up and finish running. Friday, the 1-2, and is that fouled straight back once again. DJ Wan, a former SSG Lander himself, came over to Hanwha last year. When he came over, SSG went and signed EG Young from Kium. All right, here we go. Another 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. 6-4. 3 double play will end the inning. And just like that, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 4-2 Hanwha. Yeah, if they ever decide to upload it, I will probably just put it in the description of all my videos. Because a lot of people have asked for it. All right. Make sure I got my numbers all right. Yep. Yep. I think I think they, I think they would know. I know, they often, pump, K-pop across the, across the border to, make North Koreans mad. And I know they send balloons over with, like USB drives and things like that. So I think there's, I don't think a lot of them know, but I think plenty of them know.
나무 감사합니다.
Is that Riam? Riam? Thank you, thank you. I have to do that to be able to read it because it doesn't match the background. All right, so we've got the bottom of the 8th inning here. They're going to have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters up. And they bring in Jung-Hoo Ju, the rookie. 8 games, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, 160 batting average against, and a whip of 1 on the button as he'll face Hanwha Eagles. Hanwha Eagles could easily make this a 1-run game. And that is outside ball 1. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's 1-2 on a 154 down low. And the 1-2 pitch popped foul, and it stays 1-2. All right, there we go. Got the things changed. Oh, Hanwha Eagles 1 for 2 on the day. A walk, a single, and a long fly ball to center field with 2 runners on, or with a runner on, back in his last at bats. 2-2 now. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is 1 away. Strikeouts for the rookie. They are putting the rookie, and he asked him, "Is that a strike?" He's like, "Yep, that was definitely a strike, man." All right, Go Myung Jun steps in. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Looks and waits off of that one, and it's 1-0. I don't think they count a blown save unless it's the 9th inning, honestly. As the 1-0 is popped up for a center fielder back